And hold on. Yeah, and we're recording live from a secret location. It's the Sun God, and we back at it again. Yes, we back at it again with our Superhuman era. This time, chapter 66, y'all. We've really been getting through this shit. Like, we've really been consistent with it. We got a whole new setup and stuff. So, recapping to the last chapter. Oh, sorry about the echo. Every place I go has an echo. Maybe I'll do something about it. If it's too much for you, just turn your volume down. That's what I would say. Whatever. It was like multiple sections. Kang showed up to the school. Him and Obang. They're currently fighting the Xenoterrans that invaded, which was Simeon, Quill, Rappa, and Fungoid. Fungoid splits itself into several different pieces. Those are the pieces Kang are currently taking out. His secret identity has been revealed to pretty much most people in the school. Kundu. Yo, shout out to Kundu. That was actually like a really, I don't want to say eccentric. That was a really like centered chapter around Kundu last chapter, and it was like right in the fields. We didn't really get to know too much of him before that backstory, but that was really emotional. We seen him a bit in the arm wrestling tournament when he was upset about them cheating for him to win. But besides that, that's all we got to see the dude. And then they hit him with this gripping ass backstory. We see him when he's a kid and he got like fat cheeks and stuff. And it was like, oh my God, like that was so emotional. What else happened? We see his dad. His mom died from something generic anime disease, and then his dad used to be a fighter. His dad ends up running inside a building to save his family. He doesn't make it out, and he wished that when he would have told his dad no, not to go in there, because he always was. I don't think he was never really told to be strong. His dad was pretty much telling him like, dude, it's okay. Like, it's okay to cry. You can miss your mom. Like, alright, she alive. It's okay. You can miss your mom. You do not have to be tough all the time, you know. And he's like, And when his dad was like, dude, just stay here. I'll be right back. He wish he would have told his dad, no, stay, don't go. And I was like, oh my God, they hit me right here. So that was really sad. Obang is currently just scrapping now with the Xenoterrans in the courtyard. Simeon, he's catching pace with Obang. And they're pretty much just jumping this man right now. Well, they're not really jumping him because, like, what do you call a reverse jump? Because the way he cleared that courtyard, he was doing this thing, but they're slowly catching on. And I think that was the end, but that's mostly what I remember for the last chapter. Oh, when Kundu jumped inside the battle to save the teacher, that was so, because the teacher was like, bruh, he was like, the teacher was the hero, Kundu was the hero, he called his boys and all that shit to come in and like, y'all do this shit, they pushed him out the window, he had his arm, like, oh my God, yes, that was absolutely amazing. And right before the Xenoterran was about to kill him, B comes in with that new upgraded technology stuff from Ju-hee, because Ju-ri is Kang's best friend. Ju-hee is his sister. Yeah, he came in with some new upgraded technology. The F really hasn't been profiting from her research that, her brain and knowledge. And that was it. So enough with the ramble. Let's get on to this. So, how we go? B jumps in with the blicky, straight to the Xenoterran space, and he tells Kundu and pretty much everyone there, cup your ears. And he takes the head off this thing. And as He takes the head off. We get this cool panel of like Kundu looking up, and he's like, hero, like it. Oh my God, like he wanted to be a hero. Like this chapter was so. It wasn't emotional. I'm kind of lit. So I kind of forget what happened in this chapter. So we're gonna go on and we're gonna play live right here. Live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful guys, right there. Okay, so yeah, this chapter happens in 3 parts. One part is Kang. Well, kind of like 4 parts, because we get to see Kang, we get to see the come in, and then we see what's his name? Obane. Obane currently he's fighting the Inhumans, the Xenoterrans, and then we see a mysterious individual who shows up. I ain't gonna keep it mysterious. I want to kind of like keep a play on it and keep it like mysterious on who shows up, but I'm like it's Jamal Evan shows up, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, but it's when and where does he show up is really the riddle right here for y'all. So this chapter was pretty much jam packed with some decent stuff, decent quality stuff. I was actually really surprised to see him, which actually makes sense because currently we do understand that he's manipulating the present. Well, he's manipulating the future from the present with Carol's ability. So for some reason, Carol told him, you need to go to Korea. And I think it might also have something to do with that vision that she had about something about Whitecap was gonna face his end. But Jamal has a Whitecap and Kang has a Whitecap. You know, so I don't want to get too much of a tangent because, boy, I'm done. But that scene where he's like hero, like I want to see like a hero. That reminds me of like Deku, My Hero Academia, like very first, second season, third season. I like the villain Academia. That is not right here. Okay, so it just gave me those feels like that. Like when I see hero, I'm thinking like when I read it in Deku's voice, his Japanese, like hero, like it was so sad. And like he's asking All Might, can he be a hero? And All Might is like, yes, you can be a hero. It's like it's just like, oh my God, this chapter just hit me right there. When we first was introduced to B, they were saying like currently right now nothing we can do can even hurt us, Xenoterran. They upgraded him again at the airport. I don't think that was his sister's doing. I don't think that was Juhi's doing. And now it's like full futuristic technology, nanotechnology, morphing, you know, German 66 type of shit. How did she create it if they currently don't have the technology to do it? Or obviously, I guess they do have the technology to do it. They're just not smart enough to do it. Basically, that's what she was saying in the long run. Duh, that's me, huh? So how much we really be reading. Hey, all the kids are and we see and then we see B there in his full new cosplay outfit. He has this giant robot arm with this devastating strapped to his back. And he made a mess of that Xenoterran. Made a mess of that thing. He looks down at Kundu, and I like when he looks at Kundu because when I was first initially looking at this and reading the chapter, I got the feel that like he was looking at him like, oh, I'm like this kid, he's got guts. I can't believe he was the one to jump in and against such a powerful creature. I can't believe it. He was able to move like that. Like this kid just impressive. I need him. Like he has like what it takes to like become one of us or some shit like that. Basically, all my speech, yes, you can become a hero. But that's actually not what happens in there. He doesn't give him the yes, you can become a hero speech in a way. He looks down at him, but that's what the feeling I got when he was looking at him. All he was doing was x-raying his internal organs, and we see like, I don't know no goddamn bones, y'all. This bone and two bones in this, in his rib cage, his femur and his lemur, and his radial cuff in his rib cage was messed up. So yeah, that's when all of the kids will start joining. That's when all the kids start joining. That's when all the kids start celebrating, because with the arrival of B, they understand that the has arrived. Leave all combat to B. All other units are to evade contact with any Xenos unless absolutely necessary. Our main priority is rescuing the students. You see they all strapped up, but why don't they all have the technology like B? Because what the hell are these little rubber bullets are gonna do to them? These are basically rubber bullets to the Xenoterrans right now. So what are these rubber bullets gonna do? Or maybe, obviously, along with the upgrade that she gave B, she probably gave them some new weapons that they could handle, you know, but on a small micro scale, you know, on a smaller scale that normal humans can handle. And then we see C. C is also here, which is absolutely cute. Like, oh, C. But why is it C with B? And where is D? Okay, don't even worry about that. We're scaling the 3rd floor of Sion High School through the right staircase. 3 targets there. B is like, all students are to stay here within the halls. And he's basically telling them, like, dispersing before the threat is actually eliminated would be bad, because then that would just make you more of a target. So we need to basically round y'all up like cattle, keep y'all in the same space, and I hate to say it, but use you as bait. To round up the other Xenoterrans that's coming after you. I mean, and we get this awesome little interaction between B and Kundo. And I'm like, dude, somebody go look at this dude. Like, as B's about to leave, Kundu's like, wait, like, I want to go too. Like, wow. Like, they still hitting me with this man. They still hitting it with this man. I'm like, dude, give it up. Give up the ghost, or whatever they call it. Give up the goat. So, he's like, I want to fight too. Like, body broken, bruised. Like, when I saw you crying, I just couldn't not reach my hand out and help you type shit. Like, please take me with you. I'll do whatever you say. And then we get this like awesome panel. No borders. It's just this one-on-one moment with B and Kundu. He says, your body is a mess, with multiple fractures that have punctured your organs. You'd be lucky to be able to stand up again, much less take on a fight. It's like, basically like, if you was really ready and you was in a healed, proper condition, even though you are like a human kid in high school, and your parents probably wouldn't allow this, but currently I can't let you go right now because you kind of fucked up right now, and that just wouldn't be right on me. So when you get better, if you get better, come find me. In so many words that I believe that's what he was saying. Stay put until the medics get here, and know that fighting those monsters take more than just guts and pure real. I can't say the word, pure will. I get it, kid. I do. He's like, dude, I've been there. I've been there, my man. He's giving him that speech that everybody gives you at some point, where like when you're a kid, like, I don't want to give you this speech, but you know, like, I'm gonna tell you, like, you're gonna tell your kids this someday. you know, I never let my kids do that. I never get my kids speeches. And then you go around finding out, even once you get like 17, 18, maybe even 20, 22, you find yourself giving speeches to people and shit. That is just not how life works. You know, you're talking to your nieces and nephews and stuff, and you like, this the same shit they was telling me, I was gonna tell you, and you like, I guess history really does repeat itself. It's like this, like, when your parents like, dude, you not slick, the same shit you doing. Like what Eminem said, the same shit that he, pay attention, he's saying the same shit that he said, like, you're not slick. I did the same shit. I did the same shit. You could not try to fool me. I'm looking at my mom like, Mom, I don't know what you be talking about or what you be thinking I be doing. Like, no, that is not it. Like, you did not know my situation. You did not know it. So as B's walking away, this man still, goddamn it. That's why he used to go. Still insisting on that he wants to go. He's grabbing onto B's leg, like, take me with you. Like, don't leave me here. Oh my God, like, that's where I was getting this from. I could not remember where the scene. And I was like, I couldn't really remember the scene, but I know what that feeling felt like. And I'm like, where did this scene get me from? Where did those lyrics hit me from? And now I'm thinking this is two layers. One, I'm not gonna say the first one, I'm gonna say the second one, the one that just popped up. That one was the Nico Robin, take me to sea with you, take me out to sea. But the first one was with Sabo and Dragon.
この街は、グレイターミナルよりも嫌な匂いがする。人間の腐った嫌な匂いがする。ここにいても、俺は、自由になれない。俺は、貴族に生まれて、恥ずかしい。
But it reminds me of that scene, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this scene was so impactful. And that's kind of what this scene reminds me of the dragon, as y'all clearly saw. Dragon's like, you finally done it. Like, you finally made someone hate being born in royalty. Like, do you understand how powerful that fucking message is? Y'all over just, y'all talking about this and this and this. Nigga, we talking about this. The fuck? You know how many people want to be born into royalty? You know how many people would give up their lives for that shit? And finally, Dragon, after all this time, finally found someone in this world that didn't, was born into royalty and hated it. Understood how ugly it was and how it turns you into a monster. But yeah, that scene was just so impactful. That was such an impactful scene. So, you know, Kandu is crying his eyes out. Like, ugly crying, like, all this time I've looked up to you, to all of you. And you see his dad, you see Kang, you see B, like, oh, like, dude, who is this man? Who is this dude? Because we 66 chapters in, and we've only seen this man one time. Why is he hitting so hard? Why is he hitting so hard? Even the boys could do. The teacher be just like, you got moxie, kid. You got moxie. He telling him to do it with a gusto. So now we're picking up on Kang's section of the story, which is actually a small little part. Basically what happens in this section is Kang identities continue to be revealed to the rest of the students. And one of the students that he didn't get to see, or his identity didn't get revealed to, was Chio, the hot dude, his hot best friend. We're live, okay? We had to switch locations to another secret location. Don't worry about that. Okay, so Everybody knows that Kang is Whitecap currently. The only person that doesn't know it is Chio, his best friend. His besto friendo. And that's currently what this scene is establishing, but it's also Kang just going around defeating the rest of the fungoids. He mentions that there's like less than 10 left, and one of them left off school. One of them got off school grounds and into the city. So situation could get worse than this, since there is a random Xenotarian in the city and and currently the only two superheroes that we know, superhumans that we know currently in Korea are Kang and Obang, and they're currently being distracted with what's going on right now. And it just gives some insight on also Kang's sensory abilities. Looks like how far is the city away from the school, since he's able to sense that creature that far away. So that was just interesting to see how far he's gone with his training. He says just a few more to go now. And then we jump back over to the meat of the chapter. This stuff. Okay, y'all can't be too loud, it's late. So we go into the meat of the chapter. And this section is gonna deal with Obang and his fight against the Xenotarians that's going down. Like what do you call the reversal of like a jump? Like, cause it's like, it's him. Well, Kendrick he said, it ain't a 20v1, it's a 1v20 if I gotta select the exact right with it. And Obang is pulling the 1v20 currently right now, but they ain't no jokes. So we pick right back up into the thick of it, and Quill is shooting out his porcupine attacks, whatever. And at the same time, they're kind of doing like a pincer attack. But what would you call a pincer attack? With a trencher attack, something like that. And as he's shooting off his spikes, Simeon and I forget the other dude's name. Simeon is coming in from the left, and the other guy's coming in from the top, trying to hit him in a trencher attack. And Simeon is close, like really, 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 really close. But Obang counters. He hits him with a black leg, or more like a soba mask. Straight counters, and it looks like he took Simon Simeon's head off. Like, God. Like, but no. Obang is currently, he's almost at the point where he's about to start fighting for his life. Like, he's almost there, but he's not there yet. But we'll see where it goes from here. Again, we know that ball on the bottom of his feet can also do slashing attacks. But currently, this is a fight for Obang's life, because from the very beginning of the fight, he tried to hit Simeon with his strongest attack, and he was able to withstand that blow, and also managed to continue to adapt to his speed and power and his techniques. So currently right now, all he's doing is all he can do is hold off until Kang gets there. Kang's there like, hurry the fuck up. Because as he's countering Simeon, Quill over there, like, he's playing like the Vanguard. They're kind of like hitting him with like, they are the superheroes and he is the monster in this scenario. You know, there's the attacker, the defender, what are the other roles? Like the damage dealer, the aggro person, the healer. I said the healer. But they're all playing certain roles in D&D currently right now. And they're treating him like he's the monster. And like I said, as he's countering Simeon, Quills are again being fired off directly at Obang, which he does manage to dodge it. But from what I see, the first reaction, I'm like, oh shit, Obang got the skills, but I really wasn't paying attention. We see the blood squirt right here, but you know, you was thinking like maybe it's just like he managed to dodge it at the last second, and it just scraped his shoulder or something like that. But no, it actually stabs right through him. But he didn't actually take the brunt of the damage, because he managed to dodge most of the quills, and we can see what the actual damage of what they're capable of when they actually impact objects, solid objects. Like this wall is, I wouldn't say it's destroyed, but it's really fucked up. How about that? It's a really messed up wall. And this is when we start getting into the big brain parts of the chapter, because Superhuman Era is not really like, not all of it's about fighting. There's like some fighting, then there's like a slice of life, but then there's the big brain part of it when they go into that enhance, zoom in, crop. There he go right there, running through the scanner. Oh my God, that's Jason Bourne. Yes. So I definitely love when it's not just a slugfest. They are not immediately, some people are able to, once you immediately start fighting them, they're able to like calculate your ability, understand what your ability is, almost like it was theirs immediately. But this fight has been going on for a while, so I'm assuming Obang has gathered a decent type of combat intel from his opponents to come up with a plan or a strategy to defeat them. They also have been able to gather data and do the same thing, as we'll see later on, because they're not just like savages anymore. Like, they started off as savages, now they're like real threats, because they're able to think and plan and think steps ahead, and they have like consciousness. And while they're playing like offensive rapper back there, there's also like a dude in the background who's actually just standing aside, like watching, almost like watching what's going on, but he's also currently just gathering intel while Obang is playing hot potato against the rest of these people, the rest of the Xenoterrans that are going on right now. It's almost like they're basically going to wear him down in the end. That's basically their ploy. That's not what they're saying out loud, but that's what I'm comprehending right now. But Obang tries to figure out what's their abilities. He's like, quills or horns, whatever they are, they sure grow back fast. What do y'all think he is? Probably a porcupine. And we see the panel I was talking about where he has this giant quill through his shoulder. But he pulls the mug out like no problem. Obviously, like that's just one little cut compared to the pain he actually felt when he lost his true students. Like, this is not pain right now. This is ecstasy. And y'all, like, Obang is a beast, honestly, because what he's doing currently right now is very impressive. I always like to give shout out to people who are very impressive at their job, because this is the first time we've actually seen so many Xenoterrans in one spot. And also, you would think Obang as an old man, that even though he's a superhuman, you would think that he would be falling behind and stuff like that in fights. But you know, the generic anime, I don't want to say generic, but the old man trope that they're actually really strong and like actually beasts in real life. I like how they really played that off. Or it's usually like the older dude is the mentor. And the trope I don't like is when the mentor dies, I'm like, no. But I think they've actually reversed that here, where instead of the mentor dies, Muhi and like his students that he raised dies. Like, they had to be sacrificed for him to live. Like they had to like crawl so he could run or something like that. Because they were kind of holding him back from going forward and like really taking on his job as a superhuman and taking on the world. I mean, on the Xenoterrans. Not really holding him back, but y'all know what I mean. Like he needs that push to go forward, even though he's an old man. But yeah, for him to really possibly be able to outthink like 3 or 4 opponents, all with comeback ability, maybe possibly on par with his, and continue to gain on him. Very impressive for him to be able to hold his own for so long. The spiky one chucks elongated quills like spears at range. But yeah, I hope Obang doesn't die at some point. I hope he doesn't. But once I get too close, it sprays them in all directions. Then the monkey closes in with a fury of melee attacks. Like they have the strategy down. Like they're working like a well-oiled machine. Like this is freaky scary. I've been countering them. I've been countering them by the skin of my teeth. But I'm not sure if any damage is being done. Like, yeah, look at this picture of Simeon. Like, oh man, he's literally telling us, he spoke the words himself. Help me, I'm fighting for my life. And he's giving props to his enemy as he's actually fighting for his life. He's saying all of that, but he's like, but I'm not sure if any damage is being done. What a tough son of a gun. It's almost praise. To me, that sounds like praise. And to top it all off, this nauseating feeling is messing with my senses. Luckily, the effect of the shellfish, likely the effect of the shellfish's spell. What a hassle. So he's currently even being like mentally hampered right now. So he's fighting for his life physically, and somebody also fucking with his mind mentally. And he's still able to do what he's able to do. Like, y'all, where's the G? There's the G. Loud G. Hold on, that's the OG, triple OG. Y'all, Loud G was dope. Where's the G? There it is. Loud G, that was my nigga. Huh? What a hassle. And I like how casual he is about this. It's a hell of a rough dance for me. Is what these fools thinking I would be thinking. More like, oh my God, I could probably deliver that better. Is what these fools think I'm thinking, I bet. And this mark appears on his head. Now, I'm not sure if this is his ability or if this is the conscious or the seashore by the seashore messing with his brain. Because they fucking with his brain. That's why they don't like him. But his eyes start to glow, so maybe this is his ability. Robert starts to notice it. And then here we go with his big brain. I see. Thought I caught a faint glimpse of it earlier. And so it seems I was not mistaken. So he's talking about this mark. So this is something that Obang has. What is the significance of that strange marking, I wonder? Neither the surrounding area nor his energy exhibits any discernible change. Put your answer down below. What do you think his ability does? 1, does it copy abilities? 2, does it reflect abilities? 3, does it cancel abilities? 4, is canceling the same thing as nullifying? Or 4, he's already caught in his illusion. or 5, all of the above. What do y'all think it is? But yeah, it's amazing. Like, instantly from the moment he came into combat, Rappa has kind of been analyzing his abilities and what's going on. Like, this is freaky compared to what they started off at the very first, only 65 chapters ago, only 64 chapters ago, when he was just running around like mindless beasts, throwing metal containers around and stuff. Now they're talking and planning and strategizing and being cocky, thinking they're human and stuff and talking down to us. At any rate, it's time to end this. This ominous feeling grows by the second. We need to kill him now. So Rappa is very, I don't know if this is Rappa, I gotta look back at their names, but I'm gonna call him Rappa. Conch shell, horse shell, seashore. Conch shell, seashore man. He's very wary of what Obang ability is, which in all likelihood you should be wary of what somebody's ability is once they, especially if they're brazenly showing it and you're seeing no outward attacks of it. Like, you're not understanding, it's not fucking with your head, it's not messing with the surrounding, it ain't did nothing the whole time since it's been activated. What is the trigger for this activation? Do I need to step in a certain spot? How cautious do I need to be to find out how to deal with his abilities, which we don't even know what the fuck it is? So, like he said, it's the longer you let his ability play out, the more likely chance that you have of losing or him winning it. Because it could be like some type of one-hit ability where all he has to do is activate it for 30 seconds or like 5 minutes, and anything in the area just dies or some stuff like that. It could be literally like some one-hit kill ability, and we would never know. So the longer the fight goes on, with his ability activated and we not knowing, the more the deadlier it is for us, and the quicker we need to kill this nigga. So, sorry, old man, but we have bigger fish to fry. Time to finish this with a bang. Who wants to smoke with me? Okay, so somebody takes off, and basically it's Simeon. Row! He closes in the gap on Obang, and they just start going at it, really. What a monstrous geezer. And Robin's still giving like Obang his praise. Like, I like how both sides can clearly acknowledge each other's strength. But wait a second. One thing I like about Obang is like, he like, dude, y'all are a filthy pack of animals. You cannot praise me. Like, you are savages. Like, how dare seafood think you have the right to even think you have the right? Like, some shit like that, dude. Like, you can't even begin to praise me. You don't even, like, we're not in the same, like, dimension right now. Like, and I just like how Obang treats him. Sorry, trying to get this cap on. I'm stalling. But yeah, he's giving Obang his props, and obviously you should, because what he's doing is very impressive. He's, for a force that they thought would be enough to go there and take out Kang, and for them to be being stalled by this old man, this old geezer, is very impressive, which kind of shows like maybe they're clearly not enough for Kang, or maybe they was just enough for Kang, and luckily he's not here right now. Because if he was, maybe he'd be struggling. Or if he was here right now, he'd... yeah, okay, I got a good meme for that one. But, yeah, so if he was here, it would spell disaster for them. So you gotta look at it for both ways, which is very interesting. But he's giving his props to Obang. Simeon's strength is recognized by Behemoth himself. And Behemoth is one of the, we gotta remember, Behemoth is one of the admirals or the enforcers of the Xenoterran army, militia, I'm not sure what to call him right now, but the Xenoterran Force. Not sure what rank he ranks into the hierarchy of it, but he's one of the higher ups of them. They mentioned his name specifically. Morelli said, bring Behemoth and the others. So we're still waiting on him to show up, which probably is going to be Kang's fight. Or it's going to be some type of next level type shit where like, because St. Pearl is on her way. Jason not on his way. Ivan is here, and he has his own plans going on right now. Like, it might just get nasty out here. Who knows what the hell's gonna happen when Behemoth show up? Whoever this man is. And for him to be recognized by Behemoth, one of the higher ups, Simeon, maybe he was currently on his way up, maybe even up the ladder. Nowhere near Del Ophir, because Pan thought Del Ophir was up there. That's not the same level as Behemoth, even though we don't know what level Behemoth is on. And Rappa, like, he sound like a little nigga. Like, he sound like a little nigga. So, I can't really take what he said. He's almost like an unreliable narrator at this point. I can't really take what he said at face. I mean, I gotta take what he said at face value. So, he ain't no Del Ophir, but he's definitely beating the Bat Xenoterran. He's beating the Bat Xenoterran. But that Octo Xenoterran, that man was a monster. I don't know. I just don't know what he'd be able to do with him. Like, that Octo Terran was a beast, like a straight beast. Okay. Let's see. Simon's strength is recognized by Behemoth, yet he's not backing down at all, while keeping an eye on all of us. Bang was telling us that's what he was doing. And then for this creature, basically for him to spell it out for us, like, yeah, that's what he's doing. Like, they playing mind games out here. Like, I gotta ask about this man. Like, it's like, I know what you're thinking, what I'm thinking. I know that you're thinking, I'm thinking, what I'm thinking, what you're thinking, what we thinking. So who gonna do it first? Or who gonna do it better, actually, because what Drake says is not about who did it first, it's about who did it better. So yeah, that's like, he's giving some praise to O'Bane. So currently, we're not sure what level they're on compared to Kang, but if O'Bane is able to hold him off by himself, if Kang can get there, Kang is definitely stronger and faster than O'Bane. So if they're able to do a two-man, they might be able to take these dudes out. This is rather nice. And then we see some steps. Then we see some lemon pepper steppers. Roast ain't gonna get away from me. We see the lemon pepper steppers of that one and only. The school's pretty much a stone's throw away from the airport. Blair. All set in a prime location. At that. The band's playing. And they even rolled out the red carpet for us. Blair. It's kind of like Corollo when he plays the song to Uvogan's death. Like the music starts playing and how he plays the symphony. Or when Sukuna comes back to life and what he hears, like murderous joy, like people laughing and stuff, and like babies crying and stuff, but to him, that just sounds like a feast, if you get what I'm saying. So currently this disaster is striking, but to him, it sounds like money, 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 money. And he got one of his boys with him, one of his dogs found it. I knew this would be a big fight. But this is on a whole nother level. And like, y'all, this is basically the ending of the chapter. It would take, like, Evan shows up, And then he start hyping up these niggas even more. Like, I'm like, when does it end? When does it end? When does the hype train end? And then he hypes it up even more. I'm sitting here like, yo, it can't be. Like, it can't be. It can't be. But he's watching the duel go down. But this is on a whole nother level. He sees Rocker. They're all forces to be reckoned with. Like, everyone down there. Yeah, no doubt about it. These Xenos are more powerful than any I've come across. Like, what? And yeah, that make me sound like an unreliable narrator because ain't no way they fucking with Del O'Veer. Ain't no way. Like, he joking. He gotta be playing games. He playing in his ass right now. Something. They can't be that strong. The Octo Darren was doing that though. He didn't come across him. So that makes sense. You know, that makes sense. He's not about to make me look bad at my job. I'm blown away by the cast. I really am. And it's all very impressive, but there's got to be more to this than meets the eye. Or there got to be more than this. There's got to be more to this than meets the eye. Because, okay, I think there's levels to this shit right now. Currently, we know Ivan is predicting or manipulating the future from the present through the past, you know, like, because it got to happen, then it got to happen in the present, then the present. Okay, so he's been manipulating the future through the present. And for some reason, he's going off of that prediction about Carol saying something about the white cap. And remember what I said at the beginning of the video. Him and Kang both have white caps. But I think he's also come here to collect some specimens for his little buddies, you know, for his collection and stuff. Ivan. And we see one of his boys, one of his dogs found it. I think his name is French, but one of his boys says, should we set up the base? I like the way this dude look. His name, obviously y'all can see on the screen. It says Chamber, but I think it's French. I think it's like Chamber or something like that, or Chamber like that. I don't know if I'm gonna call him Chamber or Chamber. I like how Chamber sound, but that's not like an S, but it's French. Maybe it's French because this dude, I ain't gonna lie, with the eye patch, he looked French to me. He looked like a French dude. Like his name would be Chamber. I'll have to look that up for us though. So he asked if they should set up his base, and we understood from what Zoe was said, they have some type of mobile base, and they wasn't sure how they was going in and out of portals, but they were speculating that most likely that one of his boys, one of his dogs, one of his big dogs, has some type of spatial ability. So they got some type of mobile base. So he asking like, hey, should I shut this motherfucker down right now? Or in about 5 minutes, you know? Ivan, you know, he's like, I have zero intention of getting involved in this conflict. Carol aside, this is just my hunch, but should we get caught up in this battle, it could spell doom for all of us. You mean all his boys? You know, because wait, it's too many narrators right now because I'm trying to figure out a story to listen to because what's her name? Zoe. When Zoe was like, Saint Pearl, give up Carol because I told you about his forces, and even if we did try to fight them right now in the city, like we destroy this city, is it really worth the cost? Don't do that, right? And she was like, and then when they did the briefing, this is a little more irradiation because I think I kind of put it in a different order. But when they did the briefing, she was like, yeah, they have some type of spatial portal. And I felt more souls or like some crazy energy coming from inside there. You know, that's why she was saying. That's why I was saying not fight. That's why I was saying don't fight him also. Now, here with all the boys, you telling me, like, what the fuck is that going down? What is about to go down here that all of his boys are going to be wiped out? Because he was standing cocky, like 10 tall, 10 feet tall, 12 feet tall, 30 feet tall, against St. Pearl and Jane Sonata, like, talking big boy shit, breaking down her abilities. Kind of like, really kind of stunting on Jane Sonata a little bit. I ain't gonna even lie, like, but he really wasn't though. Like, I ain't gonna even like try to like do that to Jane Sonata like that. Cause I love Jane Sonata. Please don't make it seem like I'm just doing me. But he really was kind of stunting on her. I kind of lost my train of thought. But anyway, but yeah, he was stunting on them. And along with Callan, Alexander Callan, Dello Fear, you know, Dello Fear, like, man, like, you want me to do that to him like that? Like, I would do that to them. I would do that to them. Y'all can go ahead and I would do that to them. And then Evan was just like, Evan was just like, nah, man, come on. Like, nah, come on, let's go. That ain't even really worked it like that. So, and Callan, like, even when, like, they all jumped away, Callan was still standing there, like looking at St. Pearl, like, I will, like, fuck what he said right now. Like, I will do that. Like, them niggas not gonna do it. I will do that. Like, I will do that to y'all. But he ended up going away. Now, if you got niggas like that on his side and you telling me, like, he running? Like, what's coming? What's on his way? As he looks up to the sky, I can feel another wave coming. Another wave, another round of what the fuck is going down now? I can feel another wave coming. And it's set to unleash a storm of fear and despair, unlike anything we've seen before. And that's the end of the chapter, y'all. And he got a grin on his face. And I love when shows, TV shows, movies, books, stories give us the little, how can I say, what is the word I'm looking for? Basically, what this is, a prophecy for kind of like what's coming. Like, God did it for, like, I'm going to create a weapon because, like, it's supposed to destroy an evil that the world has never seen, like, that's on its way. And like, when shows do like that, and shows, and I think I've said that in my gold video, like, when they do shows like that, that's how you know a show about to be good, because, like, they set that shit up crazy. You like, this bad guy is wicked. But then those are the shows that get canceled after, like, the first or second season. Mm-hmm. Yes. It's just too good. It's just too damn good. With a smile on his face. Oh, okay, and that's basically the end of the chapter. What I did want to do is go back to, because I did go on a tangent. I did want to go back to a tangent to the point when he pulls up and he says, it's all very impressive, but there's got to be more to this than meets the eye. I'm assuming he was expecting something to go down, and what he's seeing is not what he's supposed to be seeing, or he's not impressed with. Oh, my bad, y'all probably couldn't hear none of that. And he's saying that he's not impressed with what he's saying, and there should be something more here. And that's probably his prediction for what's supposed to be coming in the end. Okay, he just had to wrap that up. And that's the end of the chapter. Let's see what the comments say, and I'm gonna get y'all out of here real quick. Is Grandpa about to go sicko mode? Damn, I hope Kundu lives and become a cyborg like B. That would be insane. That would be wicked. You know, I've been super burnt out on superheroes for the last few years. However, I'm actually beginning to get quite invested in this series. It isn't trying to be some deconstruction of the superhero genre, nor is it filled to the brim with annoying, knowing some quips. It's just telling this story, in my opinion, telling it well. Okay, sir, Rockster. I don't know what you was doing there at the end, but I got you. I felt that. And that's the end of the chapter, y'all. This book was wicked long. It was good. I'm glad I got all my thoughts out. If y'all enjoyed the content, as always, I ain't gonna keep you up too much longer. And it's getting late. I probably got loud as hell. If you enjoyed the content, as always, since you enjoyed the content, as always, you know what to do. Make sure you leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And peace, my Nikas.